So today I'm trying to fix this little fake Honda engine thing. It's like a China Honda engine. I just replaced the carburetor, but it still wasn't, like, it was backfiring through the air intake, which probably means when I installed it, I put the seal on wrong, the gasket there, because the seals were kind of strange and it was confusing me, and there was like one little hole that seemed to be some sort of thing, but I thought maybe it was okay if it was covered because it would go through this other channel thingy. So I'm just gonna pull it apart and, well, I'll show you what I mean. So I already took the first part off, but there's like 2 screws for this that you have to take off, and there's one here. So yeah, and I take this off. Oh yeah, but then there's a little thing under here. I had to, like, the old carburetor was better because it had a fuel shut-off switch, but this one doesn't have it. It just the fuel goes straight in, and it gave me a little fuel filter. But this thing is super fragile. It's just really cheap plastic, so I gotta be careful not to break that thing. Actually, I'm just gonna leave it loose like that because I just needed to take this little thing. It hooked into here, and then there's this little tiny one that goes into there, that little tiny thing, and then you can just slide the whole thing off. I don't want to get this dirty. I'll just keep it as one little thing. This is the carburetor. Carburetor just mixes air and fuel. It creates a good mixture, and then feeds it straight into the engine there. Actually, maybe, you know what? Maybe the because it has a big, huge hole and then a tiny one. What I'm thinking is the tiny one is the fuel. The big, massive one is the air. So the air is like, it's like its lungs, and then the tiny little hole is maybe fuel. Actually, I don't really know how that works. That's what I would. So it, huh? But then it would mix it right here then at the end. Well, I don't know. Fuel sits in the bottom. It goes in here in that hole, and so yeah, I don't know. Does it? If I tilt it, does it come out of that hole? Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, it comes out of that little hole. Okay, so so that's why it wasn't working, because it's on the right side there, and you can see the gasket's on the left side, the little hole. I was going to take the gasket off and just align it on here and then poke a hole through it, but can't really get it off because the little holes were too tight, and I don't want to rip it. This is the last gasket, so, but you can see there's like a slight like imprint of where the hole is from when it was squished up here, kind of like that shroud of Terran thing or whatever it's called. I'm going to poke this thing through this thing. Oh no. I just realized, like, I took the old carburetor, but I forgot to drain the oil or the gas out of it, so I put it back in this box, so there's just oil or gas, I mean, in there. That's not good. So I just had an epiphany. It came with this thing, and the other one had an old one, and it didn't match up with the holes, so why don't I just use this, because it's designed for it anyways. I will also now proceed to detach this old one, which honestly is pretty stuck. Pretty stuck in its ways here. It's, yeah, not too willing to change. Doesn't like the change. Oh. No. Oh. Okay. It has become made willing. Yay. It left a little bit of crustiness. A little bit of crustiness. That's kind of cool. You can, like, see right in there. must be like the spark plug sticking in there. Huh, cool. Oh no, you know what? I don't think that's the spark plug. I think that's like maybe a piston, because whatever that is, it's like going this way, and spark plug's way up there, so that would go in there. So I don't know. Let's put this new one on. I usually when I get to this part, maybe it's designed for that so that they don't slide out, but it gets kind of tight and it doesn't want to. So you have to force it in, and then it kind of rips it, and then it doesn't come out. Oh wait, oh look at that, it's more willing. That's nice. Oh, you know what? That was the wrong way. There we are. And so this is the new piece thingy, and the other old piece thingy looked kind of the same. Okay, replacing this may achieve no difference. I think it goes on this way. Yep. Yeah. That may be a 0 difference achievement. Good to know. Alright, I've achieved a new hole here. I don't know. It has this little groove thing. So it must mix the gas here. Like it goes through this groove. And then, but then it comes out here. Like, I don't really know how this works. But you can see on this one too, they come through and it goes out this way. So I don't even, like, where does it mix? You know? Or maybe this hole is just like a hole that gas comes through if there's too much. If there's too much excess, then it escapes through there. I don't know. Is it like a vacuum? Maybe it's a vacuum hole. Oh. Wait. Yeah, because that's how it works with a carburetor. All the gas sits in there, and then it somehow when you pull it, it creates a suction thing, and so the air comes out through there and creates a vacuum, maybe. Oh, I don't know. Anyways, no, because I think it would have to be mixed by the time it gets in here. And then maybe the gas, well, I don't know, maybe the gas comes out of this hole. But then there's oh, it's leaking. Then there's like an air mixture valve here. So, where does that go? It gives it more air in that little hole. Oh, you know what? Right there. In the middle. That there's a little, right there, that little gold shiny little thing. That's where the fuel gets inserted. And the air is already coming through here. And okay. So I don't know what this tiny little hole is, but hopefully making that little hole helps it. Okay. So put this thing back on. Now I just force it in like that. So I don't know, I'm gonna put it all back together. And I'm gonna put a new spark plug in it, just because the carburetor came with a new spark plug, so I might as well replace it. And yeah, see what happens. So I'm going to also loosen this a bit, like a quarter turn. Because I was saying could be too lean, because that comes too lean, which means I don't remember. I think it means too much fuel, too much air. I don't know. I'm almost considering just use a zip tie closes, because these little ones that it comes with, they're like really weak, and it was leaking for a while, but I moved it back and it seemed to stop. But because the one that this thing came with, they're pretty strong and rugged and tight. But yeah, these ones are just kind of like So I don't know. I'm gonna try to pull it, see if it starts. If it doesn't start, I'm gonna replace the spark plug, and we'll see. Almost. Yeah. What more do you need? What more? What more do you need? What more do you need from me? Okay, backfired. Did it back? I don't know. Looked like it backfired through the intake. I don't get the design of like maybe it's just broken, but the top cover for where the air goes in, it doesn't like tighten all the way down. It doesn't seal. So then when it rains, you just get water like straight into the carburetor. So I have to make some kind of cover for it. But yeah, time to split logs. I also was able to install this bracket thing to push it to close this, but I found that this thing isn't actually strong enough to push it. You can see the screw is like bent and the bracket is bending, and this ceases to be closed. Still quite a gap there compared to like there, you know, it's like totally closed. So yeah, I think really, oh wow, it's just that quite exaggerates it, doesn't it? So I might just have to fully replace the whole manifold. Yeah, we'll see. I don't really know how big of an issue that is, honestly. I might just leave it like this forever. I don't know. I'll have to look into it and see if it's really that much of an issue. Like it could cause a fuel economy or something. But I don't know. I've been tracking my fuel economy. It seems to be normal, so I don't know. Also, yeah, it's melting a little bit more. It did just snow again recently. So this part melted. It wasn't that much snow. It was maybe like this much, kind of. And so there's a little bit here still. But yeah, can't wait till it all melts. You know, you can see it because it used to be like quite a lot higher, right? So okay, let's go split some wood. And because it's like the first time running this thing since the winter, I let it run quite a while to let it warm up and get all smooth before I use it. Yeah, we got some big ones from the last load. I need earmuffs. Too noisy. Well, that went well. That'd be good, like 24-hour, like hymnal music, relaxing hymnal video. Just melting snow. So satisfying. I don't know why. Well, because I want spring to come, that's why. That's that. So to be honest, I'm pretty pooped. Just from the week and everything. So I'm gonna go do some nice work on the cabin. Non-strenuous work. Well, it might be mentally strenuous because I've never put the flooring in before, so, but I can't imagine it being that difficult. How are you enjoying the garbage? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so now the snow's melting, so you can see all the stuff we gotta clean up. Basically, all this was like all over the place before, so before our last fall we gathered it all and we put it all in this one place. This is mostly metals. A lot of bird poop. But yeah, they really like this area. I don't really know why. Maybe because they like eating leftover seed from the chicken coop? I don't know. Yeah, that's still snow there. That's insulation. A lot of old batteries. A lot of windows. A lot of mud. A lot of kitty. I like the sun. Do you like it, kitty? Yeah. I think it's nice. So I was thinking of getting a wood chipper, and I actually like arranged with the guy to go see it and everything, and I rented a trailer. But then decided last minute that maybe it wasn't a good idea. Because it's like 8,000, but it's like a cheap China chipper. So it's only worth like 3,000, but it's worth 8,000 because the guy probably had to pay a lot of importing fees and stuff to get it set up for Canada. But, and then also if I'm going to pay all that money and that, like, it's going to be, and it breaks down and I need to get parts, and it might be an issue. And the reliability of it is questionable because that specific model, hey kitty. Is that an airplane? Is that an airplane? Oh, there it is. Yeah. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So yeah, the chipper, that model, it depends what company was making it, because some companies made it really well and made it really durable and like good. Some of them, it's like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So I pulled back from that one, and then I decided to look at like, well, if I'm gonna pay 8,000, I might as well get a new one, right? Because that was used. This is basically new, like it's had like 200 hours on it or something. So I went to go look at new ones, and like the cheapest, like, is a Canadian brand called Wallenstein. And like the cheapest one that's like a toe behind that would be like good for what I need to do, it's like 19,000. So I'm like, just use a chainsaw, and I just saw a bird run into the window. A chainsaw and clear people's property that way, and then I'll ask them like, do you want to get it chipped? I can chip it for you to reduce fire risk, because right now is like when everything's drying up and it's like actually an issue. And if they're willing to rent and be like, well, the rent will be about 200, and then whatever extra for the labor and stuff for operating it and all that. So if they're willing to do that and I get enough customers, they'll be willing to pay for that, then I can kind of gauge the market and see like if it's actually worth getting a chipper and actually make decent money with it. But even then, I just want to get a chipper just to like chip stuff at home too, because of the garden. So what I might do is just get a super cheap one for at home. But I don't know. They're pretty lame though. Like they take quite a while. I don't know if I want to do that. And then I was thinking, well, if I'm going to spend 19,000 on a wood chipper, like, I mean, Should I be investing that money in land first? Should I get land? But that's like a whole nother thing. Do I really want it? Like, or do I want to just help out at other people's property and keep jumping between different properties? Which is kind of fun, but it's kind of exhausting, and I kind of just want to just settle down in one place at this point and have some stability and provide stability for other people, provide places for other people. But I probably should have got land like a couple of years ago, because now I'm looking at the prices like, ooh, like before you could get like 200 acres or 150 acres for like 50,000 in Manitoba if it was like far enough away and it was like kind of inconvenient place and maybe not the best land, like kind of swampy or something. But now, like, oh, well, now maybe it's the same thing. Maybe I gotta like keep looking at it, but I'm not sure. But maybe I'm not even ready. Maybe I need to just let God form me more. But I don't like being in like a, I don't know, I don't want to be like a financial pull on people all the time. Like, I want to have some independence and be able to help other people. When you don't have your own property, then you gotta be on someone else's property, and then you gotta be another mouth to feed. You gotta, you know, I mean, you reciprocated by working for them and stuff, but yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just a selfish desire I have. I just want my own property. And even I get my own property, it's not even my own property, it's God's property. And if I realize it's God's property, well, why don't I just settle down on someone else's property and be okay that it's someone else's property and not legally my own property? So I don't know, I'm just stressing about a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of possibilities I can do. Like, I want to do an outpost, but I feel like God's revealing to me that I'm not ready to do an outpost. Which is annoying, because I just want to, like, my personality is kind of like performance based. Like, I'm happy when I'm performing well and achieving something, but it's more temporal, like, and I need to be okay with like being in a space where I'm not really progressing much temporally, but more spiritually. Which, yeah, maybe that's what God wants me to focus on. Kitty. Oh, she's okay. She's being a kitty. You find any birds up there? Don't cut yourself there. It's sharp on the edge. It's sharp. Be careful. Can you get your claw out? Oh, there you go. I don't know. I don't know why cats are so cute. They're so cute. Oh, yeah. I'm delaying because I like the sun. I just want to sit in the sun. Can I just sit in the sun? I wanna soak up the sun and tell everybody I don't know how that goes. Yeah, I don't know how to provide value for this video, so I mean, I showed how to take apart the wood chipper or the wood splitter, but I don't know, I feel like that's all I got. That's why I haven't been making much videos, because I'm just struggling with direction right now. And maybe I just have to humble myself and recognize that, yeah, I'm not ready and I need to train more, study more. So I'm just helping Rosemary, helping Dave move, and then I kind of just want to get out of here. But I'm starting to like this area, so I kind of want to get property or go back to Romania. Rob has a really good program there for training leaders and for kind of preparing you mentally, spiritually, and physically to start and lead an outpost and to start missional businesses. Actually, he made a platform called Advent Movement. Essentially, it helps you with each phase. Like, there's a website for each kind of phase of a Christian life in some way. So you go through those, you take the assessments there, and helps bring clarity. And Actually, I think I need to do that myself because I didn't finish the assessment. So, and he put some new ones out, and I didn't finish his Outpost Founders course. I would go through it, and I realized like I need to be really like we should prioritize tasks based on dependencies, and I realized that doing that course requires a dependency of me being close to God spiritually so I can make the right decisions in planning an outpost. So I don't even feel comfortable doing that if I'm not like spiritually in line with God, and sometimes I fall out of line with God quite often, too often. When I'm out of line, I can't think in that stream and don't make the wisest decisions spiritually. And if it's gonna be a ministry, it's gotta be aligned with God. I'm not gonna. I don't want it to be my own thing, you know. Like I read this morning, like man's wisdom is not wisdom. Like one verse, something like don't trust in your own wisdom. I'm gonna work on my memory too. I want to go through that. I want to be able to have an outpost plan, because the thing, if I have an outpost plan, then I could present that plan to like anyone who has property, and they could like sign off on it and let me go all in and doing the thing, right? It's always this thing in my head where I'm trying to like mitigate risks like as much as humanly possible, and then if I detect any possible risk, like I just don't want to do it, which isn't realistic. Like there's risk in everything we do, right? So like even Jesus coming here risked. Like it was a risk. There was a possibility of him failing his mission. He could have failed. Like he could have been like, nah, forget these people. I'm going back to heaven. It was hard. Like we don't understand how hard it was for Christ. But he said, no, not my will, but thy will be done. Anyways, I think I'm getting off topic. What I'm trying to say is maybe any action is good, because if we have action, then God can steer. But if we're not moving and we don't have action, then God can't really steer us in the right direction. So sometimes making a wrong decision is better than making no decision. Not making any movement and staying in the same place all the time, right? So maybe I don't need to be, because I tend to overly stress and worry about like every decision I make, about all the consequences. It's like, why? God says not to worry, so I should just not worry. I should just make the best decision with the information I have and just commit to that. And just leave the rest in God's hands. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Try to learn from it. Make the next decision. That doesn't work out. Try to learn from it. Make the next decision. That doesn't work out. Learn from it. Make the next, and just keep going. No matter if you just keep making the wrong decision back to back to back to back to back. I mean, hopefully you learn from those things, right? And then you're able to make more and more better decisions. And maybe you get to the point where everything you're doing is just a success all of a sudden, because you've learned so much from all those failures. And honestly, I think the most successful people have also been have had the most failures, because they've been willing to expose themselves to the failures so they can learn, so that they can be successful. Sometimes that's the best way to learn. Like we try to like learn everything in theory at first, so that like we avoid all failure as much as possible. But sometimes it's better just to try it. Because honestly, like in my experience, from experience, you learn better from experience. It just sticks with you, because it's like a whole experience. It's like a whole thing. You experience the visual, the physical, the smell, the mental part of it too. And, all the five senses. What's the other one? Hearing? Did I say that one already? Smell, hear, see. I don't know. I'm missing one. I don't know. Anyways, I have a feeling if I get my own land, if I try to do my own thing there, I try to do God's thing, it may end up being my own thing, because I might give in to like, oh, this is my land, I'm gonna do my own thing. Oh, I should hold my phone up here, actually. That looks a little bit more pleasing, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm just scared of like, but I shouldn't have fear. I should just move forward with stuff. If it really doesn't work out, you just sell the place. Maybe what I should do is I should just go back to Romania to keep learning so that I feel more ready. But I don't need to, that's the thing. I just feel, I kind of feel stuck now. I feel limited, like the situation, like I feel like I can't grow. Like sometimes it feels like every day is such a struggle. And maybe that's good because that pushes me and stretches me, but yeah, but it's beautiful. This blue sky. Blue, honestly, this brown color, I really like it with the blue sky and the orange tarp color with the blue. It kind of reminds me of like sea, like those survival games or survival movies where they're in an inflatable raft, which are usually bright orange, and they arrive at some island and they gotta survive and stuff. It reminds me of that. Gives me those vibes, those survival vibes. So I'm gonna go see what I can do inside and. Don't eat that, that's insulation. I love cats. They're so random. I really don't know what I'm doing, so I just want to let God lead, but I'm realizing I need to fully surrender to Him. I'm struggling with that, so. Is that your new favorite place, kitty? Hey? Is that your new favorite place? Yeah. So I moved the mattress back in the bedroom, so it's a little bit more kind of organized. I mean, a little bit less visual noise. I mean, this is like very, don't look at that, but yeah, well, we'll get there. Okay, so the plants, look how big they're getting. They're huge. The only issue is they're like growing sideways, right? So I don't really, I mean, that's just the nature of it, because the light is only coming from there, right? So and they're getting like, they're like seriously big already, and it's not warm enough outside yet, so well, see what happens. Yeah. I think for right now, I'm just going to prime the battens that I will. Like this, I want to put caulking in there to like seal that. Maybe I'll just leave it. I don't know. I'll just take them all off and prime them, put them back on, which super intensive, super not the right way to do it. I should have just painted all the trim boards I had in the beginning and then touch them up once they're up. But, well, I'll remember better next time. That's the thing. That's why it's so good to just try and just do. You don't need all the right information in the beginning. And just trust that through the experience, you'll gain that information and you'll make mistakes, but you'll learn from it. So that's the whole idea. So I think I'm going to do, I'm going to take them off and then write like a number on the other side of it. That way it will identify. This one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Something like that. Okay, so I kind of just started painting it in place because, well, it's a lot easier to do that than take them off and put them on and try to remember where they all go. And because if I start numbering it, it's fine if it's only a couple pieces, but like I do everything, like, ooh, sounds like a nightmare to me. So I'm just painting it where it is. And then, you know what? Maybe when it comes to doing the second coat, like the brown color, then I'll take it off, paint it, and then put it back on, do the next one. Maybe. Or like I'll lay a couple down in order of like oldest, and then So I'll do that, and I'll take the next one off. I'll do the next one. And by the time I'm done painting that one's dry. So I'll put that one back on, and then like do it like that. Yeah. But for now, for the primer, I'm just gonna paint them in place because the primer is white. The top coat on the plywood is white. So I mean, it just kind of blends in. Doesn't really. I don't have to be that careful about, painting the plywood. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I just want to get it done, and then we can. Then I'll put these in. Oh wait, no. After I'm done painting these where they are, then I do the floor so I don't get paint on the floor. Then when the floor is done, I cut and measure these ones, and then I paint them outside. Then I install them. Haha. It's like, I don't know, board and batten is like underrated. Oh, looks really nice to me. So, okay, anyway, so I was doing this side, which is in shadow, which gives you, I would say, clearer lighting because all the values are equal because it's flat lighting, so it's flat color, so you see like what all the actual colors are. You can see how much darker that primer is, and how if I get it on here a little bit, how slightly catastrophic that is. It's like basically gray compared to top coat. So I mean, two options. One, I just be way more careful and take way longer and try not to get it on there at all. Or I take them off. Take one off, prime it, and maybe take another one off, prime that. By the time I've done that, this should be dry. Then I put the brown on. Before I put it back on, I clean this stuff up, put it back on, and just keep doing like that. Like what my plan was for the brown coat. I just do it for the primer as well. Like, yeah, that way it. And also the glossiness is different too. You can see where the primer is. The gloss is just gone, right? So that's not very good. Not very professional. So if I want it to be professional looking, I will be professional about it. Anyways, I'm just gonna end the video here, guys. And I'll show you the progress I make on here later on. But it is now time to eat. So God bless, guys, and I will see you in the next one.